Well, here we are in April, and here we are next to mangoes. These are Kerry mangoes, and they are pretty darn small. We are eagerly anticipating mango season, but the bulk of the mangoes will be ready in June and July. So here we are in April, wanting fruit. So what other kind of fruit can you grow in April? Well, two things that we have in the grove are sapodilla, also known as nispero, naseberry, chiku, and of course sapodilla. We, I think, are in peak sapodilla season right now. So that's good. This year we even have some jaboticaba this time of year. Usually it's earlier in the year. It's somewhat determined by the weather. Actually, it's completely determined by the weather. And the fruit, the little bit of fruit that we have on one of our trees is a result of some rain that we had about a month ago, I think. But there is one other kind of fruit that a lot of people think of when they think of spring. So this time of year is prime time in Florida for berries. A lot of people, a lot of homeowners do not grow berries because it can be labor intensive and you can end up feeding a lot of birds with your berries. But there are a few things that I think would work out. Of course, in Florida, near Tampa, a little bit east of Tampa in Plant City, there are a lot of strawberries that are grown there. And in northern Florida, right around Gainesville and north of there, blueberries are grown. So different soils in those two areas and different weather. But both of those types of fruit can be grown in South Florida also. I think that they would do best in pots with nice potting soil. Strawberries can be affected by snails, and when they're in a pot, you can certainly control for snails, but also give it the nutrients they need. I mean, in sand, they will grow, but they just don't produce very well. So in the case of blueberries, they like more acidic soil than we have here, and so in a pot, you can give them a potting soil that has a lot of organic matter, and that makes it more acidic. So those are two very commonly thought of berries when you think of berries of Florida. But the one berry that is actually very low maintenance and produces a lot of fruit is this right over here. This is mulberry. And this little tree I planted years ago, and it has been a victim of complete neglect. Except for this time of year, I don't neglect it because I'm busy picking the fruit. The fruit are small. This tree gets very little water. These berries would be much bigger if I watered it, and or if it had rained. We've just not been getting very much rain. But this is the size of this particular mulberry under my care, or lack thereof. But this little tree, it's like more than 1,000 fruit. So imagine if it actually was taken care of. You'd have big fruit and lots of it.